Hello artists, this is Cathy Curry, the Director of Outreach and Education for Huntsville Ballet Company, and today Charlie and I are here to teach you about tornadoes, and we're going to choreograph a dance about how tornadoes are formed. So what is a tornado? In Huntsville, we know a lot about tornadoes, and when I was little I used to be very scared about them, but the more that I learned how fascinating they were and how they were formed and started to dance about them, the more interesting I found them and the less scared I was. So, what is a tornado? A tornado, sometimes called twisters, are a dangerous force of nature that can flatten houses and lift cars off the ground. They can travel extremely fast, up to 300 miles an hour. Most tornadoes only stand on the ground for just a few minutes. They don't last too long most of the time. And they most often occur in the spring. You guys know about that. We've seen a lot of tornado watches, and we always watch the weather and stay weather aware and stay safe. And tornadoes, oh, this is a fun fact. I like this fact. Tornadoes in the northern hemisphere, where we live in the northern hemisphere of the earth, don't we?
Yeah.
They spin counterclockwise, but those in the southern hemisphere rotate clockwise due to what's called the Coriolis effect, the rotation of the earth. Hey, let's do that for a second before we get to anything else, because it's fun. Okay, wait a second. In the northern hemisphere, they rotate counterclockwise. So imagine you're standing on a clock, okay? Which way do you think it would be? Counterclockwise, the opposite of the way the second hand goes around. Everybody spin counterclockwise. We're a tornado in the northern hemisphere. But what if we were like in the southern hemisphere, maybe in Australia or Peru? We would spin clockwise, the way the second hand normally goes. Can you rotate? A rotation is just a spin in self-space. Now, Charlie, neutral. All right. So, we talked about some different tornado facts, and we talked about the ways that they rotate, but I think it's really important to know how they form. If you watched our lesson before, we had a big lesson about clouds, and I brought my cloud pictures out. And remember, Charlie, when we did our dance about high, wispy, peaceful, beautiful day cirrus clouds, and then the big puffy cumulus clouds that roll, and those are kind of good weather clouds, aren't they? When you see cirrus, or the white, high, isolated cumulus clouds, it's pretty good. Today, we see a lot of stratus clouds, the stretched and layered gray clouds across the sky. Those usually just mean it's going to be kind of a rainy day, but it's not necessarily storm until these cumulus clouds. Do you remember what happens to the cumulus clouds? They start to, they grow, they become vertical, and they stretch wide, and they become something else. They become cumulonimbus clouds. So, do you remember the dances we did about that? Hey, I think we should get out our Elements of Dance poster. Because if we're going to explore clouds, and we're going to explore how that storms are made, we better know how to do the exploring. We better have some dance tools. So we have the elements of dance are body, time, space, and force. We're going to use those same elements to explore storms today. So think about the different shapes that we're going to make. Are we going to go fast, or are we going to go slow? How are we going to use space? We're going to think about, hey, let's think about space with these storms. Charlie, do some high jumps. Jump high. Can you jump and skip high and wave your arms on a very high level? Wave your arms on a high level. There you go. He's being a cirrus cloud right now. Now, Charlie, can you roll on the ground very slow? He's more of a, now can you do a spin on a high level? Can you make yourself round? He's being more of a cumulus cloud now. Now, Charlie, do a big, wide, distal shape. Oh, that's the biggest shape he can make. And his arms and legs are stretched far, the furthest distance from his heart. We call that a distal shape. So he's starting to become that big, scary cumulonimbus storm cloud. You know when you see those shapes that start to get stretched wide and tall, horizontal and vertical, that a storm is starting to brew. So we have to use those elements of dance, body, space, time, and force, and sometimes curvilinear round shapes, or rectilinear or core or distal shapes, to really describe all the cloud types and kind of be our own meteorologists and predict what's going to happen next. We also need some effort action words, right? Can you, let's see, if you're being that cirrus cloud, can you float and flick? Make your arms flick. Flick. Oh, good. Hey, artists out there, can you flick your hands? Can you flick your head? Can you flick your shoulder? Let's see, how many different ways can we flick? Can we flick our legs? Can we flick a hip? Can you flick your arms? How many ways can you flick? That was our word for, we like to flick and float for our high cirrus clouds, but we'd have to pick a different effort action word if we were going to talk about those storm clouds brewing. And remember, these effort action words are the words that can describe any type of music, whether you're a ballet dancer or a hip hop dancer or an African dancer, or whether you're a cloud or a storm. You can use the effort action words to describe your movement. I think we're going to look at these words and come up with some different ones than flick and float today. When that cumulonimbus cloud comes in, we're going to need a lot of press. Can you press slowly? Can you press with your arms? Can you press with one foot? Can you press up with your body? Press up. Ooh, he's definitely using press. Let's explore the word press. Can you press with your hands? Can you press with an elbow? Can you press down with your elbow? Can you press forward with your head? Can you press up with your back? Can you press out with your hands and feet? So that's going to be a good word. That's kind of a scary one. What about ring? Ooh, ring's pretty intense. There's a lot of pressure there. Ring. Can you ring your body? Twist it. Make your body twisty and ring it. That's another good one for a storm cloud coming in. A ring or a press. I think they're going to kind of glide into. So you'll see those clouds glide in. So anyway, we did a little review there of the different cloud types. So pretend you had a nice sunny day with the cirrus clouds, and oh, the cumulus clouds are forming, and no, you see some stratus too, but things are starting to get dark and heavy. And then the cumulonimbus cloud comes. Oh my goodness, you guys, here's one we have not explored. Once they start to really, really become vertical and wide and dark, they descend to the ground and become a wall cloud. Wow. And they start to rotate. But how does that happen? What are the ingredients that's going to make that happen? Charlie, why don't you stand neutral? Let's look at our ingredients. I think I should get my tornado board back out. Here, tornado formation. So the warm, moist air rises, and the cold, dry air descends, and the vortex starts to be created. A vortex, kind of a funnel, and it descends. And then the updraft draws in more air, and it rises and rotates. The tornado starts to spin, and it creates a destructive force in its path. So you see this descending funnel, and but this one is the one that I want to talk about. You see the map, the outline of the United States? Up here where Canada is, you see up there? There's a lot of cold, dry, light air that starts to float down towards where we live. There we are, right above Florida. Uh-oh. If you see Florida, you know you're going to see that warm, moist air. If you've ever been to Florida, it is muggy and hot around there in the Gulf of Mexico. If you've ever been to Gulf Shores or to the Panhandle, it's moist and hot. They call it muggy, humid. You have that air. The warm, moist, slow air starts to rise up, and the cold, light, dry air from Canada starts to sink down, and then, boom, there's a collision. And when that collision happens, you have something called instability. You have instability. The air becomes unstable. And then it starts to rotate horizontally. They call it, some horizontal rotation. And you know things are getting kind of scary when you have that horizontal rotation. But when the horizontal rotation starts to flip and become vertical, it descends to the ground, and sometimes, very rarely, it touches down and becomes a tornado on the ground that can be very destructive. But I think, Charlie, can you stand neutral for a second? I think we should make up a dance about this. What do you think? So let's talk about the ingredients. When I've done this lesson before, I've brought my professional ballet dancers from the Huntsville Ballet Company, and they do a fabulous job. And once we choreographed a really wonderful dance about how tornadoes were formed. But you know what, Charlie? Just because we're not professional ballet dancers doesn't mean we can't choreograph a really cool dance. And it doesn't mean that you guys at home can't choreograph your own dance. You can do a tornado solo. You could do one by yourself, or you could find a friend or a family member, and you could do a duet like Charlie and I, or you could get your whole family together to choreograph a whole tornado dance with a lot of people. So I think Charlie and I are going to try to get those ingredients, those elements, and set them to music. The way I did with my professional ballet dancers, I think we can do a good job. What do you think, Charlie? We can do it anyway. Okay, here are the ingredients. We need to explore the light, dry air that comes up north from Canada. Let's see. If you're going to be light and dry, let's look at our element board. I think we should go back to this flick and float. What do you say? Let's put on some light, dry music and explore that wonderful light air, the cold air. Oh, it feels so good right now in the middle of summer. That cold air coming down from Canada. All right, you ready? Here we go. Let's make a high shape. Can you be light? Can you flick? Can you float? Can you add little hops? How many ways can you add spins and hops and be light? Can you add another spin? Add more flicks with your body. Flick, light. All right, Charlie, let's make an ending shape. Hold, 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 hold. Neutral. Excellent job. So that was the dry, cold, light air that descends from Canada, that moves down south. And let's say it's going to meet in Huntsville, Alabama, with its enemy, moist, hot air from Florida, from the Gulf of Mexico. Let's see. I think we should get our effort action word out. I think we should ring and press with a little bit of, just a little bit of slow glide. Are those ingredients good? What do you think? Does that sound like moist, hot, muggy? Ooh, just like today. Charlie, let's be hot and heavy and muggy and sticky, and let's ring and let's press. You ready, Charlie? Come with me and make a ring core shape and stay. Hold on. 2 feet. Ring, just like me. Oh, good. I like that one. Hold it. And this is a good song for hot, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico. You ready? Ring. Can we ring our bodies? Can we press? Let's go on a low level. Oh, imagine it's so hot. It's hard to move. It's just sticky and hot outside. Can you press with your body? It's so hot. Press and ring. And a little bit and glide and ring. It's slow, isn't it? And let's make a medium level curvilinear shape and hold it, and neutral. All right. So that was a big contrast, wasn't it? We had our, was our light song. Charlie, can you stand neutral? Was it fast or slow when we were the cold air? What do you think? We were going kind of fast today, weren't we? We were going fast. But wait a second. When we were the hot, humid air, can you tell me, were we fast or slow?
Slow.
Yes, we were slow, weren't we? So we had a big contrast between the dry, light air and the slow, hot, humid air. Uh-oh, but they're about to collide. Are we ready? Charlie, you be that, you're really good at the dry, light air. And I will be the slow, humid air. And when we meet right in the middle of the floor, let's collide. Safely, of course, don't hurt yourself. You ready? You be cold and dry and light. Ready? Here we go. And oh, he's cold and dry and light, and I'm hot and humid. Uh-oh, Charlie, here we come. Let's collide. And neutral. Now, here's the hard part Charlie has to remember. We dance with our bodies, not our mouths, right? So when we collide, can we go, ugh? No. We have to show a collision without telling it. So you ready? Charlie, you go upstage. I'll go downstage. You ready? Let's do it again. Oh, don't go so far away, we can't see you. And stop, that's perfect. You be the dry, light, cold air from Canada. I will be the hot, sticky, humid, wet air from the Gulf of Mexico. You ready? Let's go. Here we go. I'm slow and he's fast. He's light and he's airy. Uh-oh, we're gonna come together and collide. Oh, that was a good collision. What if we, after that, what if we did a spin? Oh, and I drop him because we have to explore the next thing. Stand neutral, quick. That was a good collision, Charlie. Now, after you collide, it makes the air very unstable. So something that's unstable you could easily knock over, right? Charlie is frequently unstable. So I think you're going to be good at that. Let's all try to balance on one leg. Balance on one leg. Uh-oh, this is too stable. Oh, that's getting unstable. Oh, imagine it's just really hard to stay, and you're getting kind of twisted, and you're falling, and you're getting twisted. Uh-oh, Charlie, remember rule number 1. No matter how crazy unstable you get, you can't make noises with your mouth. Try it again. Make a really hard one-legged shake. Really hard one-legged shake. And now, oh, it's really hard to shake. Oh, it makes me unstable. I'm not stable. Whoa, we're unstable. We're getting twisted and twisted. And whoa, I'm falling down a lot. Whoa. And now, so that is going to be our instability, just like the air when the light, cold air and the hot, humid, muggy air collide, it causes instability in the atmosphere. And all the winds and the air start to get turbulent and twisty. And then what happens is it gets so turbulent and twisty that a rotation starts to form. You see? But what kind of rotation? First, it starts with a horizontal. Let's make horizontal shapes with our arms. Hey, can you make a horizontal shape with your leg? Can you make a different horizontal shape? That means it's flat like a tabletop. That's hard. It's hard to do with your legs. Can you do it with your back? So a horizontal shape is one that is flat side to side like a tabletop. So after all that turbulence, you start to have horizontal rotation. Horizontal, and it starts slowly, Charlie. It starts very slowly. So it gets so turbulent that the horizontal rotation starts. very slowly. Rotate with different horizontal lines. Can you do rotation with different horizontal lines on your body? And then, after that horizontal rotation happens, whoop, sometimes it tips all the way over. Hey, make a horizontal shape with your arms. Tip it over and turn it vertical. Whoop! Now it's vertical. Hey, it's back to horizontal. Whoop! Tip it over. Now it's vertical. Back to horizontal. Let's see. See if I can make my body horizontal. Horizontal. I'm back to vertical. Thank goodness. Let's do horizontal again. Horizontal. Vertical. See the difference? So, after you have that horizontal rotation, slowly, very slowly, sometimes it tips over so much it becomes a vertical rotation, and it gets faster and faster and faster, and then after that vertical rotation makes that vortex, that funnel starts to descend, dip down to the floor, and boom, that's when you have a tornado touchdown. So let's try that. Let's do a vertical rotation. Ready? A vertical rotation, and then descend and touchdown. And can you roll on the floor quickly? And let's come together and boom. There's our tornado touchdown. All right, Charlie, let's set it to music. Stand neutral quickly. All right, let's see. I've used this song before for my professional ballet dancers, but I don't think there's any reason we can't do it by ourselves. All right, I'll talk you through it. Charlie, go upstage, quick. I will start downstage. He will be the warm, I will be the warm, moist air from down south. He will be the cold, dry air, and then we will collide. And there's a part in the song that really you can hear the collision. Okay, you ready? Go all the way over there by the stereo. You ready? It's got to start soft, doesn't it? Okay, begin. I'm slow, and he's fast. Listen to the music. I'm very slow. He's high and fast. Stay high. Keep going. Don't collide yet. This is our dress rehearsal. Oh, there's the collision. Oh. Uh-oh, now we're unstable. We're unstable. We're unstable. Oh, try to balance and fall. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh, we're getting so twisty that a horizontal rotation is forming. How many different ways can you be horizontal? And rotate. Uh-oh, but after we horizontally rotate, it's going to become vertical. Here comes the vertical rotation. Uh-oh, what's going to happen? Let's descend. There's our touchdown. And boom. Hold. And neutral. How was it? Was that good? All right, that was our dress rehearsal. That was our rough draft version. I think we should do it again. Do you hear that in the music? Listen for a second. Can you hear? It's soft. It's soft. It's very soft. Do you hear that? It's very soft. A collision's gonna happen soon. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, there's the collision. All right. All right, dancers, places. You upstage. I'm downstage. All right, so that was our, hold on. We better review. Before we do our final version of our tornado choreography, let's review the science and the movement. Charlie is cold, dry air from Canada. I am hot, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. We are going to come together in the middle of the floor, about right smack here, and collide. Those two different air masses collide, forming instability, and so much instability that we have horizontal rotation, and then we have vertical rotation. Oh, what happens when it tips? Tip, it becomes vertical, and then it rotates and it gets faster and faster, and then it descends and it's a tornado. Boom, that's the end of our dance. Okay, we ready to try it one more time? And you have this music so you can do it with us. And you can make up your own choreography. You can make it your own. All right. Is my cold air from Canada ready? Stand neutral. Don't move. Is my hot, humid air ready? I'm ready. I'm going to go slow and low. He's going to go high and fast. We will collide when the music is ready. Ready? And begin. Uh-oh, I'm sinking. Uh-oh, listen to the music. Don't collide yet. I'm slow and low. He's fast and high. I'm slow and ringing. Not yet. Here it comes. Oh, there's the collision. Oh, we collided. Oh no, we're unstable. Do you feel very unstable? Are you gonna fall down? Oh, unstable. Uh-oh, I'm getting so twisty. There's a lot of turbulence in the atmosphere. So much turbulence that horizontal rotation begins. Uh-oh, slower. How many different ways can you make horizontal rotation? Maybe you can get with a partner and show it. Horizontal, slow rotation. Uh-oh, what happens when it starts to tip? It becomes vertical, doesn't it? Does it become faster? Uh-oh, I think it's going to descend. Here's a tornado. And boom. That was our tornado. Good job. And so that was our dance of the tornado. We had our two different types of pressure, of cold and hot air that collided, forming instability in the atmosphere, horizontal rotation that tipped the funnel to vertical and started spinning so quickly and stretched down from that wall cloud. Boom, it descended to the earth as a tornado. So, that was our tornado dance. Let's take a bow for our artists. Stand neutral. Thank you guys so much for dancing up a storm with us. Take a big deep breath and take a bow. And give yourself a big hand. Yay! Thank you for dancing with us. Have a good day.